Hey everyone, hope that you are doing well. It's a great Monday. It is Christmas week, Christmas on Friday, Christmas Eve on Thursday. We have our Christmas Eve service. It's a virtual service, but it's at 6 o'clock on Thursday. You can watch it on Facebook and hope that you can do it with family or even watching it with family in different places and that you could participate in it. I know we'd love to meet together and we'd love to do it together, but we just feel this is the safest thing for right now. Want to continue to look at Scripture. We're trying to wind down to the end of the year, and a couple people have commented on maybe we could start by looking at Isaiah next year. So we will jump into Isaiah beginning of the year, probably start on January 2nd or 3rd, somewhere in there. I'll let you know about that as time goes on. But so that's what we'll do. Today I want to look at a passage from 1 John chapter 3. We're going to look at verse 11 and then jump to 16 through 18. This is what John tells us. For this is the message that you have heard from the beginning, that we should love one another. Verse 16. By this we know love, that he laid down his life for us, and we ought to lay down our lives for our brothers. But if anyone has the world's goods and sees his brother in need, yet closes his heart against him, how does God's love abide in him? Little children, let us not love in word or talk, but in deed and in truth. Now this is pretty basic. It's pretty straightforward, pretty much right in your face, actually. We should love one another. If Jesus was willing to lay down his life for us, should we not be willing to lay down our lives for one another? That's really a tough question, isn't it? Because do we really want to lay down our lives for someone we don't know? For someone we think isn't worth it? We do make those judgment calls, don't we? Right or wrong, we make those. And yet, John is telling us even more than that, especially in verse 17 and 18. If you have all the world's goods and you see a brother or a sister in need and you close your heart against them, where's love? That's getting to the root. And so he says, let us not love in word or talk, but in deed and in truth. You know, we've talked about this with other passages. James goes into it about faith without works is dead. And the call is for us to demonstrate our faith. It's one thing to, it's one thing to say, I love you, but you don't show love. It becomes a really dysfunctional kind of love. But when you say you love someone and then you put the actions behind it, how much more powerful is that? That when you do say I love you, the person really knows, they believe it deep down in their heart. Yes, they do love me. It's the same thing here with what John is telling us. Don't just give lip service. Don't just do your job as, well, it's a job. Have it as a calling, as a vocation. Whatever you do, you are honoring Christ. Whatever you do in word or deed, you're doing for Jesus. So whatever you do, Paul tells us that in Colossians, he tells us that in Ephesians. We hear that over and over again. So in whatever you do, you can honor Jesus by the way you live your lives. God sent his son into the world. This is Christmas week. He sent his son into the world for us because he loves us. And he's claimed us as his own. We are his royal inheritance. We looked at that in Peter. We're a holy royal priesthood. We are holy, we are loved, we are called, we are chosen. Take those gifts that God has given us and bring them into the world and show the world who Jesus is. Do it through your words. Do it through your deeds. Doing it in truth. Yes, you could use words. John says, let us not love in word or talk, because he's saying, don't just give lip service. But if you can put the two together, then instead of bumping heads, now you're putting them together. It's like a glove that fits and shows the world who Jesus is by the way we live our lives. That's what we're called to do. Have a great day. God bless you.